Hello, very good evening to you. Welcome to ITV News. This is Monday night's calendar.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Here are tonight's main stories.
Under pressure. On a visit to East Yorkshire, the Prime Minister defends his party over allegations of Islamophobia as the Ashfield MP is suspended.
These MPs, they don't understand the consequences of their comments on the general public. We are not making Britain a harmonious society, but we are leading Britain towards a society which is full of toxicity and hate.
Red tape row, growing uncertainty over the future of a Lincolnshire leisure centre.
For us to find out third hand that they're going behind our backs to try and find somebody else to own the building without any discussion with us, I mean, it's just unprofessional.
Playtime and why outdoor games like this are so important.
And life's rich tapestry comes to Brig with these colourful creations, but who's behind them? First tonight, on a visit to East Yorkshire to hold a cabinet meeting, the Prime Minister has refused to say whether he considered comments made by Lee Anderson to be Islamophobic.
The Ashfield MP has been suspended from the Tory party for remarks he made about the Mayor of London.
Well, our political correspondent Charanpreet Khera has been in Goole today following events.
Well, Rishi Sunak wanted all eyes today to be on him bringing the cabinet here to Goole, to the Siemens factory, instead of it being held in Westminster as usual. Now, Siemens as a company creates almost a quarter of the UK's trains, and it just so happened that what Rishi Sunak wanted to talk about today was transport. Instead, it was all about MP Lee Anderson getting off the tracks with comments that were seen as Islamophobic.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's great to be here at Siemens in Goole. Now, this is the first time there's ever been a cabinet in East Yorkshire.
This is what Rishi Sunak wanted to talk about today. Instead, all eyes were focused 55 miles south in Ashfield because of these comments by the local MP.
I don't actually believe that these Islamists have got control of our country, but what I do believe is they've got control of Caen, and they've got control of London, and they've got control of Storm as well.
On Saturday, Lee Anderson was stripped of the Tory whip. But today, the Prime Minister refused to call his former deputy chairman's words Islamophobic.
The comments he made were wrong, they were unacceptable, they were ill-judged, and particularly at a time when I want to see some of the heat come out of this debate, I believe the right thing to do was, because of the comments that he made, to remove the whip from him.
Were they Islamophobic, those comments?
Well, as I said, they were wrong, they were ill-judged, they were unacceptable, and that's why the whip was removed.
But you don't believe those words were Islamophobic or racist?
I don't believe Lee is a racist person or an Islamophobic person, but the comments were wrong. Everyone needs to be careful with the language that they use.
Then what exactly was wrong about them?
As I said, they were wrong.
But why?
Well, as I said, it's important that everybody is careful with the words they use, particularly at a time when tensions are already running high.
Prime Minister, let me put it to you this way. If Sadiq Khan was not a Muslim, do you think that Lee Anderson would have made those comments?
If I could just finish answering the question. As I said, it's a time when tensions are already running high, and I think it's incumbent on everybody, but particularly politicians, to be careful with the words that they choose. So
okay, Prime Minister, if Lee Anderson does apologise, will you welcome Lee Anderson back to the party?
I think Lee Anderson's just made some comments that I believe were wrong, they were unacceptable, they were ill-judged, and that's why he's had the whip suspended from him.
Rishi Sunak wouldn't say if Lee Anderson would get a second chance. His comments have sparked widespread dismay. Sonia Jalal set up an organisation which supports ethnic minority women in Hull. She told us she believes MPs should be setting an example.
Sad for our community because these MPs, they don't understand the consequences of their comments on the general public.
But in Lee Anderson's constituency, his views divided opinion.
Well, when you're in that sort of position, surely you should think before you open your mouth.
She shouldn't say things like that. It's just definitely just not something. They just stir trouble all the time, and it's not good.
I think he should say what he thinks. Definitely say what anybody should say what they thinks, but not be shut down for it now. No, not everybody's going to agree with your opinion, are they? No matter who you are. But I think you should be allowed to say what you think.
On X, Lee Anderson praised those who do still support him, writing, "Due to all the positive comments, I've decided to have another pint." If he's as popular as he thinks, Lee Anderson might not be drinking alone for long, as both the Conservatives and Reform UK ponder his potential influence at election time.